The morning air outside the courthouse crackles with tension as Officer Marcus Webb spots a black woman in a sharp business suit approaching the restricted judge's entrance. "Get your ghetto ass away from here! This is for real people," he barks, his words dripping with contempt. Before she can utter a full sentence, he grabs her arm. "Officer, I belong here," Amelia Richardson says calmly, her voice steady despite the outrage. But Webb isn't listening. "Like hell you do," he snarls, whistling sharply for his partner. "Collins, help me remove this trash." The two officers seize her arms, dragging her backward across the rough concrete. Her leather briefcase scrapes the ground, her heels digging in futilely for traction. Onlookers, courthouse clerks and early arrivals, freeze in shock, pulling out phones to record the scene. Amelia doesn't scream or fight. She holds her dignity like armor, even as she's treated like a common criminal in the shadow of the building meant to symbolize justice. Fast forward to the courtroom, where the air is thick with anticipation. Officer Webb takes the stand, adjusting his uniform with a puffed chest, ready to defend his actions. His lawyer, Thompson, a veteran cop defender, starts easy. "Officer Webb, tell us about your experience." Webb leans in, voice booming with pride. 15 years in courthouse security, sir. I've worked the night shift, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., for the last decade. I know every protocol, every threat. But on that fateful morning, I was covering for a sick colleague. Mornings aren't my usual beat. I don't know the daytime faces, lawyers, judges, all that. He shakes his head dismissively. I've seen maybe 2 black judges in my career, both older men. This woman, she didn't fit. Webb paints a picture of suspicion. She approached the restricted entrance looking evasive, hesitant. In my experience, people who belong don't act like that. He claims she got defensive, refused ID, and escalated the situation. I asked for credentials, courthouse ID, anything. She had nothing. No ID, no access. Period. As for the physical removal, she was non-compliant. We used minimum force to escort her out. Standard protocol. Thompson nods sympathetically. Did you use excessive force? Absolutely not. We protected the courthouse. But defense attorney Sarah Carter's cross-examination cracks Webb's facade. You've worked nights for years. When did you last check daytime personnel? Webb stammers. That's not my responsibility. Carter pulls out documents. Were you aware Judge Amelia Richardson was appointed 3 weeks prior? His face tightens. No. You made no effort to verify her identity? Webb clenches his jaw. She didn't present ID. Carter presses. In 15 years, how many times have you dragged someone away? And how many were black women in suits? Objections fly, but the seeds of doubt are planted. Webb's story unravels. He contradicts himself, admitting assumptions based on appearance, not protocol. Now, Amelia Richardson takes the stand, exuding grace and authority. Amelia Catherine Richardson, she states clearly. She describes arriving early for professional obligations at 9 a.m., using the main entrance due to a malfunctioning access system. Officer Webb approached with hostility, calling me ghetto trash and suggesting I find the welfare office. He never asked for ID. He assumed I didn't belong. Her voice hardens with controlled anger. I was dragged like a criminal while colleagues watched. I didn't resist. I knew composure was my best response. Carter probes. What were your obligations? Amelia pauses meaningfully. Work involving legal expertise, moral authority, and decisions affecting lives. Punctuality is crucial. The courtroom buzzes with speculation. Who is this poised woman whose words hint at deeper power? Flashback 3 weeks. In a packed ceremony, Chief Judge Patricia Williams swears in Amelia as the newest judge. Media captures her in robes, staff applauds. But night shift Webb misses it all. Back home, Amelia reviews evidence, security footage showing Webb's pattern of targeting minorities. Dr. James Washington, a black attorney, interrogated harshly. Maria Santos, a Latina reporter, delayed unnecessarily. Professor David Carter, an Asian American academic, forced to show multiple IDs. Complaints dismissed, training skipped, break room slurs recorded. This isn't one incident, Amelia tells her chief judge over the phone. It's a pattern enabled by the system. Carter unleashes the bombshell evidence. Security videos play, Webb grilling Washington for minutes while white attorneys pass unchecked. A casual white juror gets a friendly wave. Santos proves her staff status repeatedly. Phone transcripts echo Webb's bigotry. Uppity black woman acting like she owns the place may keep the wrong kind out. Witnesses testify, Washington. Humiliated after 30 years in law. Santos. Late to work, justifying my existence. Stats reveal the truth. Webb stops minorities 13 times more often, demands ID from them 89% of the time versus 3% for whites. His supervisor Morrison squirms under questioning. 7 complaints from people of color, all dismissed. The institutional rot is exposed. No oversight, coded praise for vigilance that targets only minorities. Then, the revelation that flips the script. Carter asks Amelia, "Clarify your role." With quiet power, she responds, "I am the Honorable Judge Amelia Richardson, presiding over the 9 a.m. criminal docket in Division C." The courtroom erupts. Gasps, dropped jaws, Webb's face ashen. "I was heading to my own courtroom," she adds. The irony crashes down. Webb dragged a judge from her workplace, delaying hearings, affecting defendants and families. "I shouldn't have to reveal my title for dignity," she says. Webb whispers, "I didn't know." Her retort, "You didn't ask. You assumed." Cross-examination demolishes Webb. "How many white women have you dragged? 0? Black women, 5. Missed diversity trainings, ingrained bias." He crumbles, admitting judgments based on looks. "She didn't look like a judge." The question lingers. What does a judge look like to you? In closings, Prosecutor Mills thunders, "Webb assaulted dignity, the Constitution, and a federal judge. Evidence proves systemic racism. Videos, stats, witnesses. Guilty verdicts send a message. Badges don't license discrimination." Thompson pleads mercy. A terrible mistake by a faithful officer. But the jury deliberates briefly. Guilty on all counts: civil rights violations, assault, denial of due process. Sentencing: 18 months in prison, probation, barred from law enforcement, community service. Plus, the Richardson Protocol, mandatory bias training, independent oversight. Webb, handcuffed, is led away, his world shattered. 6 months later, Webb patrols a mall as a low-wage guard, haunted by his fall. Judge Richardson, a national icon. Time features, Civil Rights Commission appointment, her briefcase in the Smithsonian. Discrimination complaints rise as voices are heard, accountability reigns. Her story teaches, prejudice destroys, dignity triumphs. This raw truth exposes hidden injustices. Have you seen discrimination masked as protocol? Comment below. Like, share, subscribe. We amplify silenced stories because underestimating the powerful can cost everything.